time, probably may not have a deeper understanding of the vision or setting. So I just want to give a little background about the vision so that we can understand what we are doing here. Because somebody will be important at all of you. So first and foremost, let's start by saying that Christians, we are very good when it comes to prayer. That's what we are good at. I think Satan is saying I'm free, getting on the way to break. No serious point. Satan is steadfast. When it comes to praise and worship, we can do better than praise and worship. When it comes to fasting, we can do better than fasting. In fact, I have seen Christians have done 40 days dry fasting. When it comes to fasting, we can do very well. When it comes to evangelism, we are there. We do well when it comes to evangelism. Sadly, when it comes to the way we do our business, unfortunately, that is one major area where Christians are very serious. And what overstay all, the majority of us are very unserious when it comes to the way we do our business. We do business anyhow. We do business anyway. We do business with anybody. We don't have appreciation for standards. Even when the Christian is doing business with a fellow Christian brother or sister, if you are not careful, by the time you are done with that business, really are not important to that. Because you may pay money and you become a piece of business job for it. At the end of the day, there's a thing which is not nice for most people who are watching online. So I'm not watching from that. I spoke to a few days ago, and as I told him, he said, no, I want to finish what he said. He said, what you are saying is very true. Christians, we are one of the most serious people when it comes to business. And she said that 8 years ago, and her husband is a pastor. She said 8 years ago, her husband gave money to a guy in the church to buy a car. Now, the reason why the husband gave this guy money to buy a car, this guy had earlier on bought a Toyota Corolla for the husband. The husband felt that since I can give this guy before, since he has bought a car before, he's somebody I can trust, he's somebody I can wear. The husband gave him money this time to buy him a more expensive car. It's been 8 years now. The car has not arrived. The money has not arrived. The car has disappeared. This is your brother in the church. They have never 8 years. The car has not arrived. The money has not arrived. You do business with a Christian brother or Christian sister. Oh, please, let's meet at 7 a.m. You are there by 6:25, waiting for that Christian brother or sister. You get there by 8 a.m. and tell you there was massive hold up now. It's unacceptable. I was 20 years ago when I was supposed to go back. I was working somewhere. I was working 2 hours a day. I got to the 30 minutes he said, we are sorry, go home and come back. And it was 6 hours, the period, the hourly wage they were paying us at that time was 6 pounds per hour. Everyone on the paying system. Everyone on the paying system. And I was there for 2 hours as a student. And they told me, we are sorry, go home and come back tomorrow. So that day I had lost 12 pounds. If you calculate how much 12 pounds is, you realize that at least 12 pounds. And since that day they told me go and come back tomorrow. From that day, I decided that no matter what, I will not get it. Because I don't want to lose my money. But Christians, you do things anyhow. I'm sure like I do my skills and get away with it. But suddenly our brothers and sisters belong to a Freemasons, Illuminatis, the gay community, and so on. They understand these things. They understand the value of some of these things. And that is why sometimes you find Christians willing to do business with some of these. Why? Because they have. Why? Because they have standards. He will give you the standard you are looking for. Recently, I was in a meeting about I was in a meeting with one person. It is us. As I was talking to him, he said, what you are saying is very true. And he said, look, you see my religious. Then I decided to patronize my own church member, who is a Catholic, to do this living room test. I gave him money, I gave him money. He went to buy inferior quality materials to come and do the test, less than 1 to the leather from. When you see the test, you can see that the leather is just getting from less than 1 year. In the church and in his own pastor, says, let me patronize my own member. Just to tell us this, just to so if there is a Muslim or there is a member of the unity of 3 days who can do a good job and give me the standards I'm looking for, why would I engage him? It should not be so. We are in the end times, and God has an end time agenda. There is something God wants to do in this end time. But what God wants to do requires massive resources. What God wants to do requires massive financial resources. And our businesses and our benefits, our businesses and professions are like a vehicle to transport what God wants. God always has something to do, but He always needs a man to facilitate what He wants to do. So even though God has an agenda in this end times, God needs Christians, He needs our businesses, He needs our professions as a vehicle to transport what He wants. And that is why it has become necessary for us as Christians to also begin to have what we call a Christian fraternity. And I was talking to somebody recently, I applied for a job in a company. I went for interview. They told me that your performance was good, your performance was good, your CV is good, and everything. But I wanted to go and see our overall boss. He went to see the overall boss, and not knowing the overall boss was a member of some secret cult. He didn't know. Not knowing the other side, they do this. So once you see the organ and you do this, he knows you're part of you. Whether you did well at the interview or not, once you do this, you are employed. I've said this before. Years ago, somebody showed me a nightclub in London. Somebody pointed a building and said, this building is a nightclub for gays. And the person said, if you are not employed and you are a gay, you come here. By the time you are if you don't have a house to sleep in, if you are homeless and you don't have a place to lay your head, by the time you are here, at least one of them will come into the house to accommodate you until they are able to come together to rest. Then he said, if you want to start your own business, but you don't have the startup capital, and you are looking for startup capital to start a business, they will contribute money among themselves and startup capital. So help you to be able to start your business. So I began to understand why it is an abomination for their money to go outside. It is an abomination for them to do business with people who are not part of them. Money must always be within, it must circulate amongst them. And we say this and go into prayer. Recently, the Lord was ministering something to me. And the Lord made me to understand something. The Lord made me to realize that, in the book of Genesis, I say that God had created man. I say that God gave man some money. One of the mandates God gave to man was that have dominion. And recently, God began to open my eyes to understand that mandate of having dominion. And I began to realize that as Christians, we can only have dominion influence is the only currency to give us the need. When we came to this hotel, the only thing they accepted was money. If I had come to them and I had brought something else, they would accept us from it. And we are sorry, they don't accept it. But we came here, if I had brought the last of money, and if I had some land, and you take the land, they will give us your facility. They would accept us. Because the currency you need for them to be able to release their facilities is the currency of money. Money. And even that currency, we have several currencies. When I came here, if I had given the management of this hotel money in Ghana cedis, they would have sacked me from this. I said, people don't want. Maybe if I give them dollars, I'm sure they're not connected. But if I give them pounds, I'm sure that I'm connected. Of course, neither. So the currency for them to release that is the same way the currency we need to be able to have dominion is the currency of influence and affluence. Some of us can testify to what I'm saying. You may be the firstborn or you may be the lastborn in your family. You may be the firstborn, but when there's a village meeting and you go for that meeting, if your lastborn is someone of influence, if your lastborn is someone of affluence, that's your money. In fact, the lastborn is the breadwinner of the family. He's the one taking care of your father and your mother in the village. He's the one who has built a house in the village of your father and mother. When there is a village meeting and you get there, and there is a major decision to be taken, they will say, let us wait for TF to happen. Am I lying? What? Meanwhile, you are the firstborn. You are the firstborn. TF is the lastborn, but you tell everybody in the meeting. Until TF arrives, we are not going to take any decision. When TF arrives, whatever TF says is what they say. It's what they do. Why? Because TF has influence and he has affluence. It's the same everywhere. Wherever you go, if you have influence and you have affluence, you will have dominion. As we are sitting here this morning, if the government of this city is walking here, all of us would accord him some respect and some privileges. Why? Because of his influence. But one of the things that God made me to realize, God made me to believe that affluence brings influence. We need it, but affluence will always bring influence. So Tilebu became a man of influence because of his wealth. Simply because Tilebu is a man of affluence. He's the one taking care of the father and mother in the village. He's the one who has built a house for the father and the mother in the village. He's the one who has bought a car for the father and the mother in the village. He's the one paying for the hospital bills of his father and mother in the village. Because he's a man of affluence. That affluence automatically gives him influence. So that when there's a meeting, they will say, let us wait for Jesus. Or even if any decision is taken, and Tilebu arrives, and he says something contrary to what was agreed, Tilebu's suggestion overrides and cancels the agreement. So if you have already agreed to do something, and Tilebu cancels and Tilebu has a different view, what was agreed upon earlier, what Tilebu has said is what was agreed. Why? Because of influence. We can only have influence through our businesses that we do and through our profit. That is the only thing that we can do. The Bible says that when Jesus Christ, I would say there was a man by name Joseph of Arimathea. And Joseph of Arimathea was a man of influence and a man of affluence. He had substance. Joseph of Arimathea was a man of substance. So that substance gave him influence. So Joseph of Arimathea did not need an appointment to be able to go and meet with Pilate. He walked out from his house one morning and just went straight to the palace of Pilate. Hey, I want to see Pilate. They gave me a seat and they went to bring Pilate. Pilate came, and the Bible says Joseph of Arimathea placed a demand. He demanded that Pilate release the body of Jesus Christ to me. The Bible did not say that Joseph of Arimathea went to beg Pilate. The Bible did not say that Joseph of Arimathea went to plead with Pilate. The Bible did not say that Joseph of Arimathea went to negotiate with Pilate. But the Bible says that Joseph of Arimathea placed a demand on Pilate. And I'm demanding that he release the body of Jesus. What did Pilate say? I made order. I bring the body to him. No, it was not a subject for discussion. It was not a subject for the decision. He demanded, and the demand was granted. Why? Because of his influence. If we will be made a given of influence and affluence in our families, in our communities, in our societies, in our nation, in our generation, we will need to be made a given of influence and affluence. That's why God is wisdom from the beginning when He created man. Said, man, I want you to have dominion. Dominion. That's where the dominion comes from. That is why when you are driving on the road, the police are stopping every car that passes. Sometimes they look at the type of car passes. They look at the person sitting inside. They see how you are dressed. And they won't even make the mistake of their life to stop. They will just do this for your class. In some cases, they will look at the type of guy. So let's be ahead to see who is sitting inside. See what you are wearing yourself. That back. What are they telling you? Because they look at you. And when you look at you, in their mind, you feel this man is nobody. And it has happened to me many times. There are times I will go somewhere dressed in normal jeans and slippers and t-shirts, and people want to intimidate me. But there are times I go places dressed very officially. And when I get there, nobody will stop me, nobody will ask me any questions. The moment I get there, people will talk to me. I remember years ago, I'm ending a woman years ago. I was in Ghana years ago. And I went for a meeting somewhere. I didn't go there. I was shabbily dressed. At the time I finished the meeting and they were going to see me off, that's why they saw me off. They saw me off to the car. Why did they do that? They saw me off to the car park because they knew that the way this man has come sharply dressed and the kind of wisdom he has come to release here, there is no way this man can come here in our car. There's no way this man will have come in public transport. The way they saw me dressed and the way they saw me appear, they concluded that this man came to the car. So in seeing me off, they saw me off. Influence and affluence is the currency to give us the kingdom. God has asked us. But today we are not having that. Christians are not dominate the way we should. Why? Because we have a lot of Christians who are broke, a lot of Christians who are begging, a lot of Christians who are struggling, a lot of Christians who finish school and there's no job, a lot of Christians who start their own business and the business is not doing well, a lot of Christians who do things anyway, anyhow, no appreciation, no value or standards. They do things anyhow. But the children of the world, the Freemasons, the Illuminati, the gays, and so on, they understand these things far, far better than us. So a man can walk into an oil company and when he does this sign, the organ knows that it's one of us. Fixes him somewhere. But I have heard even pastors say that if you come for my interview and you tell me I'm a pastor, I'm a church leader, that has disqualified you already. Why? Because we have seen how a good number of our Christian brothers and sisters are serious. A Christian brother or sister goes to work. The time he's supposed to be working, that is the time he's reading his Bible. The time he's supposed to be working, that is the time he's praying in tongues to cast out all the demons in the office. I'm not saying praying in the office is not good. I'm not saying reading your Bible in the office is not good. But you must know when to do that. The time you're supposed to be working, that's the time you're going from office to office doing evangelism. Going from office to office doing evangelism. When at that time you are supposed to be seated at your desk working. So I would prefer to bring a member of the Freemason or Illuminati who would not even have to play the tongues or go from office to office to do evangelism. That is why we don't have. But God's end-time agenda requires our businesses, requires our professions, because the end-time agenda needs resources. Massive resources are needed for God's end-time agenda. Massive. Like we always say, oh, the gospel is free. The gospel is free. It is true. The gospel is free. But the propagation of the gospel is not. This microphone I'm holding here is not true. It's like walk to a shop where they sell microphones and tell them, hey, I want to start a church now. And so give me microphone, 3 cords, and whatever. Give me one amplifier, give me drums, give me keyboard. And finish and tell them God bless you and stop. They will call the police kind of rescue you. We don't use God bless you as a character for anything. You use money. If you go to the airport and say, I'm a pastor, I've been invited to preach in a church in Lagos or in Abuja, or they've invited me to preach in a church in Kenya. So please give me etiquette. Let me go and preach and see what it is. It is true we are going to preach, save the gospel, but the etiquette, with all due respect, unless somebody decides to buy it, or unless the airline decides out of their good will to give it to you for free, but under normal circumstances, it is not free. When you are in Lagos, go to your hotel. Go and tell the hotel manager that look, I'm going to preach this church. I'm the pastor tomorrow morning. Please give me one of your best rooms. And tell them, God bless you for giving me the room. God multiply, God increase your business, God increase your money, and see what will happen. It's true that the person is not going to preach. When you lift up your hand, there's a massive flow of anointing. But anointing does not pay the bill. The anointing is to help us, empower us to be able to bring resources. But the anointing is like a magnet. The anointing is like a magnet. It's not a trust. So when you have the anointing to be able to attract resources. You don't go to a hotel and say that I'm paying for the whole thing. You arrest me. So God revealed this vision to me, and God said, look, it is high time Christians we begin to do business amongst us. My brother here, Mr. Angelo, he's a very good guy. I thought he would come. I was just selling before, that's why I'm saying what I say. I've been waiting. And this man is like a white man. This man sitting there is like a white man. Every time conscious, if he tells you things, you get the right. And it happens all the time. If for any reason there's an emergency to call me, to say, oh, please, there's this emergency coming. I'll give you that 30 minutes. I spoke to him last night. He told me I will be there at 7 minutes. At 7:28, come on. That is what we are talking about. So when we see seriousness like that in you, it becomes easy for us to do business. It becomes easy for us to engage and to work. That is what God expects. God wants us as Christians, businessmen and businesswomen, have in quotes a Christian fraternity. That way to when we come and do this, I know it belongs to us. Just like the guy who go to that office and do this, and the big organ knows that he's part of our secret society and fix him something. You should also be able to see me and do this. And I know that that is part of the Christian community. That is what we need. To build our businesses and build our profession. And please, God is not a God of mediocrity. So if I do business in Abakaliki and in your mind, I want to be a champion in Abakaliki, you are wasting everyone's time. And I am wasting God's time and God's resources. Sometimes I'll call Mr. Ango to say, oh, I need no worry. You call him over here. Or you call him, he's all over the place. You should be able to be in Abakaliki, yes, you are called upon to come and play this. You should be in Abakaliki, they will be able to call him from Kenya, come and do a job. You should be in Abakaliki, they should be able to call him from South Africa. To get a job done. You should be in Abakaliki and they should call him in Ghana to come and get a job done. You should be in Abakaliki and they should call him from Lagos to come and get a job done. It doesn't matter where you are located. No matter where you are located, if you have what is good, people will come after you. It's like a man who sees a beautiful lady he likes. It doesn't matter where the lady is. If the lady is in your home, you go to the road. Is that in your mind? Okay. If the lady is in the home, he will go to the home to find her. And man can, see, sometimes you don't understand. A man can travel for 12 hours, 13 hours in a car. Why? Because he's going to do everything. 12 hours taking that risk to avoid an accident on the way. Because of the woman, he says, I will sit in a car for 12, 13 hours and go. So he has seen a woman who dies. Nothing is stopping from traveling from Mars. Go and look for that. That is what we're talking about. So it doesn't matter your location, whatever you have, if you have value, people will come from America, from London, from France, from Jamaica, from Zimbabwe, and so on, and they will come and engage themselves. God is about to do something. And I want each and every one of us to be connected to what God is doing. I've spoken to many people, and sometimes they will ask me, oh, so is the deal free? Is the deal free? Please, when you came here, with what you saw, I mean, certainly not. Because we are paying for the home, we are paying for all kinds of things. if I tell you how much money we spend every month to be able to have this, and that is why we say that if you want to be a member, just pay a little token of subscription, minimum of 4,200 for the month, maximum of 50,000 for the year. You can pay once, that's fine. That's fine. You can pay twice, 25,000 first half, 25,000. You can pay 12,005 a quarter if you can. If you can't, monthly is available. So that you can become a member. Because sometimes we say, oh, I don't have money. I don't have money. I can understand. I do understand. But let me say this again. Try and write down every time you buy on the phone. Every time you buy airtime on the phone, write the date, write the time, write the amount. By the end of the month, calculate it. See how much money you have spent on airtime. Then, anytime you buy data, write the date, write the time, write the amount of money spent to buy the data. By the time the month comes to an end, calculate and see how much money you have spent to buy data. Our ladies, we go to the salon and watch. Calculate how much money you spend anytime you go to the salon. And see how much money you spend every month just to maintain your hair. The person you put on yourself is everything. Just calculate how much money you spend to buy. If you put all these things together, you will realize that you can comfortably pay. Sometimes it is good to delay gratification. There are people who are driving cars today and struggling. If you are struggling to maintain the car you are driving, but they want to create a certain impression in society. So they are driving and they are spending huge money. People are living in houses where 1.5 million, and yet they are struggling to maintain that. What stops you from living in a 300,000 house and use that 1.2? So if you calculate how much you spend every month on data, on credit to make phone calls, you realize that if you decide to discipline yourself and say that every month I'm going to spend half of what I'm spending on data. Every month I'm going to spend half of what I'm spending on data. By the end of the month, half money on data, half money on credit and saving. We are going to pray. Please let's do it. What a mighty God we serve. What a mighty God we serve. Luke 5, verse 1 to 10. It says that so it was as the multitude pressed about him to hear the word of God. And he stood by the lake of Gennesaret and saw two boats standing by the lake. And the fishermen had gone from them and were washing their nets. Take note, they were washing their nets. And he got into one of the boats, which was Simon's, and asked him to put out a little from the land. And he sat down and taught the multitude from the boat. When he had stopped speaking, he said to Simon, launch out into the deep and let down your nets for a catch. Please take note of that. When he had stopped speaking, he said to Simon, launch out into the deep and let down your nets for a catch. Simon answered and said to him, Master, we have toiled all night. Please underline it. We have toiled, we have lived all night and got nothing. Nevertheless, as your belly, I will let down the net. And when they had done this, they caught a great number of fish. And their net was breaking. So they signaled to their partners in the other boat to come and help them. And they came and filled both the boats so that they began to sink. When Simon Peter saw this, he fell down at Jesus' feet, saying, depart from me, for I am a sinful man, O Lord. I will leave it here. When God revealed this vision to me, one of the things he made me realize is that the reason why Christian businesses and professions are struggling is because the problem is both a physical problem and a spiritual problem. We will not be wise people if we come into this call every month to only come and deal with the physical problem and go home. Because you already know that the supernatural controls the natural. But if we come and sit here every month and come and address the physical and go home, it would have been better if we can't get at all. The Bible says that Peter and his brethren have toiled. Some versions say that they had labored. Some versions say that they had worked hard. They labored. They toiled all night, and yet they got nothing. Ask yourself, am I not hardworking? Ask yourself, am I not hardworking? You wake up early in the morning, you rush to work every day. You wake up in the morning, rush to work every day, come back late at night. At the end of the day, what's in your hands? Nothing. Some of us struggling to eat, some of us struggling to feed, some of us struggling to pay bills, some of us struggling to pay our children's school fees. We try, we work hard, but yet we don't get anything. And that was what Peter said to Jesus. We have toiled all night, yet we have got nothing. Jesus Christ intervened. And he said, Peter, let down your nets into the deep. For those of us who are familiar with fishing, you know that when you go to the seashore and you see a fisherman washing his net, it means he has closed for the day. It means I have finished the day's business. When Jesus met them, they were washing their nets. Because they had toiled and they were not catching anything. So they said, it's okay, we are fine. And Jesus said, let's down. And the Bible says that when Peter obeyed and he had let down his net, so great and mighty was the catch, was the harvest. But he alone could not even handle the harvest. He needed to bring in other. You have been working hard. You have been laboring, toiling, working hard, yet there is nothing to show in your hand. It's not because of this. You have done everything physically possible. Just like Peter and his brethren did. But the solution came when Jesus Christ intervened. This morning we are going to lift up our voices and pray. And we are going to invite Jesus to intervene. Because we are toiled, we are working hard, we are not taking money. We are not struggling. Please lift up your right hand and say to me, say, Father, this morning, I thank you. I come before your throne of grace, to obtain mercy, and to receive grace to help meet all our needs. I petition the blood of Jesus, and I ask, let the blood of Jesus bless me, purify me, sanctify me, consecrate me, wash me, and justify me. I decree and I declare that this morning, as I approach the throne of grace, that there shall be an intervention by the Lord. The Bible says that Peter is present and toiled all night. And yet, there was nothing to show what happened. Father, I continue to work hard. Yes, I have nothing to show. Yes, there is nothing to show for my happening. This morning, just as Jesus intervened in the case of Peter and his brethren, I am inviting you to intervene in my case. Intervene in my case. Intervene in my case. Intervene in my case. Let's have your voice and you pray this morning in the name of Jesus. In the name of Jesus. In the name of Jesus. I want to pray again. Luke chapter 6, verse 8. I say that he knew their thoughts and said to the man,
试一下。这样，所以说我当时报的指向，如果是出口的。
You should contact right now at order, because then you can do the business well and you give them. This is the lesson. 这件事情就是他们讲。
我们一般出口的话，就如果是直接到国外的，就直接要纸钱。
We are reading this scripture because of the popular saying, a Christian saying. And I just want to bring any time I hear this.
可能你如果是。
He says that now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan also came. And Satan also came among them. And the Lord said, to Satan, from where did you come? So Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro on the earth, and from walking back and forth on it. Then the Lord said to Satan, then the Lord said to Satan, have you considered my servant Job? But there is none like him on the earth, a blameless and upright man, and who fears God and shuns evil. So Satan answered the Lord and said, does Job fear God for nothing? Have you not made a hedge around his household and around all that he has on every side? You have blessed the work of his hands, and his possessions have increased in the land. But now, stretch out your hand and touch all that he has, and he will surely test you to your face. And the Lord said to Satan, listen to this. And the Lord said to Satan, behold, all that he has is in your power. Only do not lay a hand on his vessel. So Satan went out of the presence of the Lord. The Let me read verse 21. Verse 21 says, let me take it from verse 21 says, and he said, as God said, and he said, naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked I shall return again. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. He said, the Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Hallelujah. From the scripture we have read, let me ask a question. Who was responsible for what happened to Job? God or Satan? Who was responsible? Who was responsible? But in verse 21, God tells us that God is the one who has given, and God has taken. Who told God that it was not good? It was Satan who was responsible. Yes, God said that God is the one who has given, and He is the one. And many times we go for burials, and you hear actors all the night long and say, God did this, and God did it. They got it from here. In this scripture, God was wrong when He did it. Because John said God gave it, which is what was not given. And John said God has taken it, which is a lie of God was not. And go for a burial, and you see the situation, and you know that this one, it doesn't look too correct. The man, this man doesn't look too correct. And the man of God will hold the line like God this, and God takes it. Quoting from the same scripture, Job made a mistake about it. The Bible says that Job was a blessed man. Until Satan showed up. It was until Satan showed up and everything turned around. If you read chapter 1 talks about how Satan attacked Job's family, killed his wife, killed his children, killed his finances. If you read chapter 2 talks about how Satan attacked the devil, the body, the physical body, the devil. The dog is telling God and God. So is it something when Job's wife told Job, why don't you test God and die? Do you think that if Job's wife knew that it was Satan, she would have told Job, test God and die? The only reason why the woman told the husband, test God and die, is because God himself said that it is God who gave and it is God who has taken. So the wife of Job also knows that yes, I gave to my husband and God has taken my this morning we are going to pray just before our is already waiting. That's the last I want us to pray. It was when Satan entered the situation, when Satan arrived in Job's house, that was when the problem arose. You may be doing well in your business. You may be doing it's possible you are doing well in your business. It's possible you are doing well with you are not professing to find yourself until Satan arrives. Until Satan showed up. This morning we are going to pray that let in my profession, who has arrived in my finances, and is messing up with my business, and is messing up with my profession. We are going to pray and arrest every plan and arrest every agenda of Satan. Please lift up your right hand with me. Say, Lord Jesus, this morning, I come before your throne of grace to obtain mercy and to have the grace to meet every need in the name of Jesus. Father, we pray and we command that let every Satan who has arrived in my business, who has arrived in my profession, who has arrived in my finances, and is messing up my life and destiny. That's like Job. I command that let that Satan, and let that devil, that let that demon, and let that spirit of enemy be arrested right now in the name of Jesus.
林飞中间发现他也是，
Well, I think every man actually messages out like for communication with the people. Manager. Yeah, no, that, then there's no need.
And 29 is, this is what the Bible says. Oh, hear ye the word of the Lord. Thus says the Lord. If the people have or not go underline your mind, he said, thus says the Lord. Thus says the Lord. Rise this man as childless. Rise this man as childless. Number 2, a man who shall not prosper in his days. Number 3, for the land of his descendants shall he says, rise this man as childless, as one. Number 2, rise this man as one who shall not prosper in his days. So you can go to hospital Go to Cambridge University. Go to University of Lagos. Go to UNIZA. Go to Western State University. Go to the best of universities in the world and come and go nowhere. Because there is a degree, there is a strong hope hanging on your head. And make sure this money. So far as you live on the edge, you are like,
Yes. Maybe I'll let you.
Yes.
of his sentence.
You.
I may not be the one, but I will be a descendant. I may not be the one. And he may be my great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather. I will be a descendant. And that curse was not only pronounced over his life, yes, it was pronounced over his generations and unborn. Because the Bible said that ensure that none of his descendants prosper. So tell me, if this is hanging on your head, which university certificate will be able to identify? You may have the best of certificates in the world, from the best of universities, from the best of schools. It cannot address this problem. You may be a professional and expert in what you do. You may be the best in what you do, yet you are struggling. Nothing is better because there is something that is making this your life, this your life. Because the head has been instructed to ensure that man in the person does not prosper, and that his descendants also must not. This one, maybe you may be the descendant of the man. Maybe I may be the descendant of the man. You don't know. Samuel was born. The Bible says that before Samuel was born, his mother had already entered into a covenant with God. The mother had already planted a covenant over his head without his permission, without his
If
Thank you, Jesus. For opening my eyes. So this is reality. So this is the revelation. I ask.
Professor.
For my family, therefore, any case that is at rest in my family, bloodline, I accept it. My children, I accept it. My family, I accept it. My brothers, my sisters, I accept it. My business, I accept it. My profession, I accept it. He's more than a friend. He's more than a brother. I've known him for 20 years. I've known him since 2004. He's a very good friend of mine. By the grace of God, he is a businessman, an entrepreneur, a professional. This is a guy who is doing wonders in China. He's doing marvelous things in China. I mean, I speak to him once in a while, and sometimes my mind gets blown away when he tells me some of the things happening in China. You know, another person told me that the Chinese have developed an artificial soil that can go water around. When we try to get this, you can use the artificial soil. It don't be that. And this guy is doing great things, massive things. He's a Christian brother. I mean, when the university used to play guitar, bass guitar, he used to play the bass guitar. And it was a bass guitar. And so this morning, we are privileged to have my brother, as we popularly call him. But then I went to China to do his PhD. To do his doctorate degree. After 1.5 years, he realized that China is not a stable country. And that China is a place where you learn the lesson. So he suspended the PhD. Suspended the PhD. He got the guy to apply for work. He has dropped the PhD. But the PhD and that's why I'm talking about Dr. This, Professor This, Dr. That, Professor This, you go to China, there are people who are not going to try to do it. And yet they have Professor This, Professor That, Dr. This, and they are not going to help me to welcome my brother and to appreciate him because this is doing is a case of I know but he's in a meeting, the meeting, and you have to skill set to be able to speak. Please, let's clap for my brother. Because everything in life is about the mind.
Hi, everyone. My name is Elon, and sorry if there is noise in my background because excuse my people for a while just to have this meeting. So you might hear some Chinese being spoken in the background. Please let me know if you can hear me clearly. That's very important to me. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, my line is breaking a little bit. I just break it. Okay. Hold on. Hello. Okay. All right. So, great. So I had. Can I go ahead, Paul? Okay. Good. So I came to China in 2018, March of 2018, and I originally got here with the intention of doing my PhD. Prior to coming to China, I was doing very okay in Ghana, and I thought I was doing okay. I was managing a project that was, okay. I worked on behalf of my CEO who was managing, who was executing a government project, and things seemed okay. But I got booked. One of the things that made me quite upset back home was after I was the operations manager for a multi-million-dollar project. I was earning good salary, but when I decided to buy a car, at 2011 model, it became news. It became news that I was stealing company money to buy a car. And honestly, it got me quite upset. So if I'm working in this company, can't I buy a car? I ask everyone who works here still to make money. I mean, I earn much more than, in fact, I'm the highest paid worker in the company. I can't buy a car. And it got me quite upset. The moment that happened, it reminded me of a story someone told me long ago. That once upon a time, an eagle's egg, some way somehow, fell among chicken's eggs. And they all hatched. When they all hatched, because they all hatched and they were all in the same environment, the chickens thought that, oh, the eagle is like us, because the eagle didn't learn how to fly. It looked like a bird, just like the chickens. But within the heart of the eagle, you always realize that I can fly. I feel I can do more. I think I can do more than just eating the grains from the ground. I feel I can do more than just walking with the chickens and with the mom. Anytime he sees birds flying in the air, he felt like this is where I can be, up there in the sky. And honestly, that story stuck with me. And when I realized that I could not own a car, working multi-million-dollar company, doing multi-million-dollar projects, and being the operations manager, I realized that was not an environment for me. I had much bigger dreams than that. So I ended up in China. But I was provoked to come to China. And I'm going to share with you what made me eventually quit my PhD. I don't share this quite often. One day I slept, had a dream. And in the dream, it was Judgment Day. And on that day, there was a long queue when I got to my parents, God called my name in my local language, Alom. I'm very angry with you. And I was like, why are you angry with me? And he said, I gave you many opportunities, but you did not utilize them fully. I'm very angry. And I went on my knees trying to beg God and give excuses. I was facing so many challenges. I had this issue. This is how God reacted in the dream. I don't want to get any excuses, you know.
Okay.
So it scared me. It really scared me that God is letting me know in advance that He's going to judge me based on the opportunities He's given to me. And I needed to take advantage of them fully. Let's sound this word of caution. As any time we fail to fulfill God's purpose for our lives, other people suffer. And when other people suffer, God will hold us accountable for their suffering. You know, God has given us a dream. God has given us a vision to accomplish. And just today, this is very fresh. Just today, a lady friend of mine messaged me that, Daniel, I got my working papers back in China. Thank you very much for paving the way. And what did she mean by that? It was only when I quit my PhD and I started working and I got my work visa that many of my friends realized that it's possible. In fact, most people didn't know it was possible to actually come in as a student and get a working visa in China to work officially, even though they're not from the big companies, you know. And when she told me, thank you very much for paving the way, I felt fulfilled. A part of me felt fulfilled that at least her family is going to be better because she's going to make more money in China. And I'm glad that she followed my steps. Now, I come from a background where my own family, I was told, oh, when we're countrymen, you are not part of them. You know, I come from a background where in my church, they had a very bad perspective about me. Because I was always trying new things. New businesses, new ideas. I was not succeeding, you know, and at the point, people thought that maybe this guy, there's some bad luck following him. You know, nobody wanted me to associate with their daughter. More or less, even talk about relationship or even marriage in future. You know, and then one day, my pastor called me. He's a prophet, and he told me, Daniel, do you know why you're going through a lot of things in life? But let me be honest with you, sometimes some of the things we go through are not our fault, you know, but God is merciful. God is very merciful, because one of the reasons why I was suffering and I was making attempts not in a bad way, because of something that existed long before I was born. And spiritually, I was supposed to inherit it. But because I've chosen the path of God, nothing had a legal right to me spiritually, because later and in principle, I belonged to whatever it was fighting my purpose and my prosperity. And the pastor told me something. He said, go and pray. What days we shouldn't pray for you. Go and pray for yourself, and God will deliver you. And that was the beginning of me seeing a lot of breakthroughs in my life. One of the things also that my pastor told me was, move away from your father's house. Leave your father's house. You know, you're a man. Move away, start your life all over again. You know, I must emphasize that where I was born, that Eagles Egg was a big influence on the way I thought of myself. You know, but deep down within me, I knew that I was meant for the sky. I knew, because I had two dreams. And in one way, I had never heard from any member of my family, I love you. I had never heard from any member of my family, I believe in you. I had never heard from any member of my family make it. Never. And to make matters worse, I didn't hear from any member of my family that, Daniel, I believe in you, make it. Where I heard I believe in you was from one of my lecturers who was gay. And it really worried me that when I was looking for affirmation, when I was looking for that, I don't know, I know who I am, but sometimes this need that external validation. People who are close, it wasn't there. So, my enlightenment came to me several months later and several years later. I traveled to England to do my master's. I got some enlightenment, but it wasn't enough. I came back to Ghana, worked for very good companies. I got some enlightenment, it wasn't enough. I was flying to China and I met a man on the flight. And he asked me what I was going to do, and I told him I'm going to do my PhD. And he told me, well, have you ever thought of working for the African Union? And I asked him, why will I think of working for the African Union? And he told me, because you're an African, you're educated, you're qualified, you can work for any company in Africa. Why do you always limit yourself to Ghana? And at that moment, I understood why, many of us as youth in Africa feel stagnated. God didn't put us in one country in Africa, He put us on a continent. And when we think within the four walls of our country, we limit God's power and God's grace over our lives. Nothing is stopping you. At this moment, I'm letting you know, nothing is stopping you from saying that I want to try opportunities in Gambia. I want to try opportunities in South Africa. I want to try opportunities in Namibia, in Seychelles. This is my skill. This is what I can do. Another country accepted me. I came to China, and now I'm teaching economics in the middle school. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm saying this to the glory of God. I don't know how much this will be in Naira, but let me use my XE rate, okay? Just to give you an idea. When I was in Ghana, this again is about mindset, not limiting yourself to wherever you are. When I was in Ghana, I was taking, do I have Naira here? Yes. Okay, when I was in Ghana, I was taking about 490,000 Naira, okay, as monthly salary. Yes, so now in China, by the grace of God, I take at least 1.7 million Naira every month. You understand? That is just salary. That is just salary from my teaching job. And how many hours do I have to teach? Teach 8 hours a week. And I am not the highest paid. I am not among the highest paid here in China. People earn more than I do. But it's only for the bold. It's only for people who feel that they can spread their wings and fly. What did it cost me? Initially, it cost me my job. It cost me my family because I had to leave my family behind. I'm not asking anyone to leave their family behind. But this is me feeling that I am meant for the sky. Me feeling that it wasn't enough for me to be judged based on my job in Ghana. And I was at risk. I can't explain what I mean by it, but it was a political risk, So I felt like, let me leave. And when I left Ghana, I didn't have a lot of money on me. It affected my marriage, the short term, in the sense that I had to leave my wife and my daughter behind. And when God opened the door, when I finally decided to quit my PhD and God opened the door for me to get this opportunity to start teaching, that was the beginning. A few months down the line, my HR asked me, Daniel, is there anyone who would be interested in teaching? I was like, my wife. I was like, okay, has she got experience teaching? Say, okay, then let's check her papers for her. Because you are here, it should be easy for her to get it as well. And at the time, I hadn't gotten my work visa, you know, but my wife's process went so smoothly. It shocked her. It shocked everyone around her. And then she left Ghana and came to China. She didn't know what to expect in China. She had very low expectations. But as they say in China, and that's around the world, travel and see. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I struggle to get myself out of the mentality that, you know, it's okay. This salary you are earning in Ghana is okay, you know. Why do you want to travel? I mean, I had men and women of God telling me, don't leave, you know, just stay and work here. I said, well, I mean, I want to leave, you know, I have that strong desire in me. I have always known that God is with me. And the way my pastor brought me up, my father died when I was only 9 years old. My pastor, who was my father, would always tell me that go and pray, God will talk to you. Daniel, go and pray, God will answer. He would just be with me for strength to go and pray. And one of the things that I want to admonish is that, you know, for us to experience the power of God the way we have to, you know, in our lives, we need to experience God for ourselves through prayer, through meditation. And ladies and gentlemen, prayer is very, very important. It lays the foundation for good communication between you and God in your quiet time, you know. And when you have prayed and you have moved the mountain, there's a time for meditation. There's a time for sitting down quietly, thinking about His word. Eating the word, bringing it out, eating it again. Oh, the word said that I shall not fail. I shall be the head and not the tail. I have prayed that God will bless me. Take this word out, assess your life, take it in. So I'm using, in all of this conversation, I'm using myself as an example because I'm a witness that God can bless me. Last year when I looked at my bank balance, I was surprised at what God had done, because I never thought in my wildest dream, that I would see what He did. And I can only give the glory to God that it was difficult. When Jesus was going to give up Himself on the cross, one of His own, Peter said, no, don't go and sacrifice. Don't do it, sir. Don't do it. You know, and he said, no, I must do it. You must do it. This is why I came to this world. I must do it. You understand? Sometimes, and this is my own experience as well, sometimes when you want to break through, sometimes, not all the time, sometimes when you want to break through and make decisions that will give you that ultimate breakthrough, some of the people you love the most, some of the people who are closest to you the most will come and hold you back. And it may sound like, you know, wrong, not listening to them. It may be your father, your mother, your uncles, your aunties, but that is why you need the Spirit of God. You see, all of these people who love you, they genuinely want your success, but they don't want you to risk too much to be successful. And how can you be successful if you don't risk too much? Ladies and gentlemen, let me remind you that a head God, when He had to let go of His Son, to come down here and be maltreated, short time, for just 33 years, for just 33 years, He had to let go of His Son. But He was not away from Him, He was with Him. You know? And I want to remind some of you who may be in the room and who may be listening to us later on that for some of you, your breakthrough is not where you are seated. Some of you, Paul had to travel from Ghana and be in Nigeria to be doing what he's doing now. You know, some of you, your breakthroughs in different borders, different countries, even in the same country, different states. I have always likened myself to a seed. You know, not every seed is grown on every ground. Some seeds grow faster and better and effortlessly in certain grounds than other seeds. plant a corn anywhere and it will grow. But plant a cocoa seed anywhere, it will not grow. There are specific places for specific seeds. And it's a mystery that we have to find for ourselves. Where have you planted me to succeed? From that point, your wings will spread to other places in the world. I have to come to China to find this seed is good for me. And how do I know it is good for me? Because when I say I want to do something, the doors open. I have met amazing people. I have met amazing people in this country. People hear a lot of things about China, how they behave, and how they can be. I hardly experience some of these things. Hardly. I have met amazing people in China, and people, you see, if you speak, whatever you speak evil against, you will not be blessed by that thing. If you speak evil against wealthy people, you will not know, because that grace of wealth will not come down to you. If you speak evil against the blessing God has blessed these Chinese people, you will not experience their blessing. They are blessed. No matter how you look at it, they are blessed. My pastor asked me when I went to China, and the only thing I told him was that said they are blessed. He didn't know how to explain it. Now, talking about mindset, one of the things that I want to stress is if you want to succeed, association is very important. Association is very, very important. Association, winning by association. These are lessons that God taught me, and I'm sharing with you. There are 3 ways of winning. Winning by association, winning by giving. Winning by association, winning by giving. And then winning by appreciation. So when I say winning by association, most people say that if you walk with the white, in fact, if not, Miles Monroe, most people have said that if you walk with 5 rich people, you're a sick person. The Bible confirms it. If you walk with the wise, you will be wise. But look at the flip side. The Bible says, if you walk with fools, you will be destroyed. The Bible says, if you walk with the wise, you will be wise. If you walk with fools, you will be destroyed. So one way of transforming our minds as the Bible requires of us, is to move and associate ourselves with wise people. Blessed is the man that walks not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor stands in the way of sinners, and sits in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and on his law he meditates day and night. These are wise people you should move with. I have a friend who's Muslim. He's not fully Muslim, but he's in this country. He's 31 years old. He's a millionaire. He doesn't think a foreigner. And there's one thing he always tells himself, which I learned from him. He always says, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Daniel, I'm blessed. I'm really blessed. I count my blessings every day and I know that I'm blessed. Anytime I'm living in this country, there's not a single day he must say I'm blessed. He doesn't talk about his problems. He talks about his blessings. It's very important that if we want to be transformed, and if we want our mindsets to change, we start counting our blessings. Now, it doesn't matter where you are in this world. Wherever you are, if you're in the deepest hole, you will find something there to count as a blessing. So if you want to change around you, start counting your blessing, not your problems. Now, winning by giving. Look, there's nothing more powerful than giving. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. He gave. Now, if you want to win, apart from associating with the right people, give. Give your time. Give your contact. Of course, whilst you're giving, be led. When you have identified your association, give. When you have identified that there's a multimillionaire somewhere that you feel like you want to be like one day, just go there and tell him, oh, sir, I'm more than happy to wash your car for you. Give. It's your time. You don't have money. Give. Sir, if there's anything I can do for you, let me know. I'm more than happy to help. Give. Sir, if there's any way I can help you to save on something, and do shopping for you, there's I know some best places. Give your time. If you find a ministry that you think is doing very, very well, and you want to become like the person who handles the ministry, give. Let me tell you a secret. When I got married to my wife, a week into the marriage, one of the girls I know who's blessed was having an outdooring and naming ceremony. And I told my wife, that girl is blessed. Let's go and sow a seed into her baby's life so that we can also give her blessing. We went and gave a small amount, 100 cedis. In less than a week, my wife got pregnant. In less than a week, my wife got pregnant. And it's a principle I so believe. Now, I will not say that because we had good sex. I will not say that because I'm potent. I didn't know any of these things before I got married. Whether I was potent or not, I didn't know. But the fact that we got married, 2 weeks after we got married, my wife got pregnant. And I told her, look, let's not waste too much time. Let's go. They're only going to have this naming ceremony once. During this naming ceremony, God will be there. There are some events God's spirit in full magnificence and splendor and power doesn't miss. One of those places is a wedding ceremony. One of those places is a naming ceremony. When the baby is being named, I believe that the splendor of God is magnificent in a way that no man can even fathom. And whatever is said on the child, whatever is said in that environment becomes life. That child has so many powerful angels, and heavens are just happy that the christening of the child is happening. You know, I didn't look at that environment. We gave. So winning by association, winning by giving, and winning by appreciation. Okay, appreciate the gift in other people. Don't condemn what you want. Appreciate the gift in other people. It's very important to appreciate. You know, it's possible to give without appreciation. But look, I don't want you to miss this opportunity of just look. You can appreciate and not give, and you will also be blessed. You don't need to give a person money, but just appreciate the power of God in that person's life. And I'm going to say this is very important. Never ever say something about what you want when you see that thing in someone's life. You see someone pregnant, gotten married and pregnant, and then you sit somewhere and say evil things about the person. You know, you will not receive the person's blessing. Personally in my life, when I see people who try to say bad things about me, all I tell myself is I pity them. Because the blessing of God on my life will never come to you. Because you're saying evil things about me. So why would I permit God to release some of those blessings to come to you? You know, you don't appreciate what God is doing in my life. You're trying to punch holes into my life and look for put a magnifying glass over my life and punch some holes which may not be existent or which may actually exist. You're trying to look for a weakness in my life. Let me tell you for a fact that when one of my friends in China, he was the one who made me appreciate the fact that it's possible to get a work visa even if you are not able to qualify according to Chinese laws. God will find a way to make you qualify. That guy, even though he has a lot of weaknesses, I tried as much as possible never to say anything bad about him. Never. I appreciate God's blessing in his life. And I just told myself, Ali, this is a blessing that I tap into it. This is a blessing I tap into it. And ladies and gentlemen, you will not believe it. When my breakthrough started, it started the same way God did this guy. Got a job in the same place that he got employed. And and God blessed me through him. I had a very bad mind about him and always thought he said negative things about him to other people. The blessing would never have come through him because I rejected the blessing even before it came. I never said a word. And I've seen it, ladies and gentlemen, I've seen it many times. People who say things about me that are not true, when I know they're working very hard to make things happen, I realize how things turn against them eventually, So I have said quite a lot. I don't want to keep talking. I am open for questions. Paul mentioned that while I'm talking, I should talk about 3 opportunities or some opportunities that will be useful to people around the world. First of all, I was blessed and enlightened to discover that I can actually own property in China and lease it out to people on short term without even owning property myself directly. And I learned that when I wanted to start that, people questioned me, like, how is it possible? Like, how can you do that? Is it even legal? I was like, I don't know whether it's legal. I just know it's not crime. I'm just going to do it. It is an opportunity. So, number 1 opportunity, I'm sure all of you know about Airbnb. Yeah, Airbnb. Now, many people get surprised in China that I'm a foreigner and I have Airbnb apartments that I rent. Like, how did you do it? People think that I bought the properties, but I didn't buy them. Look, the truth of the matter is that people have a lot of money in China. They buy a lot of apartments and they don't stay in. Recently, after the COVID, we're not allowed in hotels. So I said, okay, that's an opportunity. If foreigners are not allowed in hotels, but they still have to travel, then I'll go rent the properties, talk to the landlord, look, I'm a business, this is what I do, because they need to pay their mortgage. So they allowed me, and I got my first property, started renting it out to people. And I'll make more than I can ever ask. I pay my rent, I pay my bills, and I still have a lot of money left just by speaking to the landlord, taking his property, making it look nice, and renting it to short stay. Now, assuming that I paid about 2,000, let's say 20 naira for the apartment, let's assume for a month, usually I will charge about 2,000 per night. Okay, so that's whatever amount of money I pay and then I charge per night for that amount. So 2,000 RMB per night, and then so that is just the rental. So in an average of 10 days, 10 to 12 days, I have gotten my rent. Whatever money I get in excess, I pay my electricity bill and water bill, which is not a lot in China, out of it, and then the rest of my profit. So I have used this formula and it has worked for me. That whatever amount you rent a property, divide it by 10 and try and charge that amount of money per night. You understand? And you realize that you'll be making good profit. So that is the formula I use just for me. There are Airbnbs all over the world. You can try that formula as well. You can use another formula. You can say divided by 15 or divided by, depending on the area. If you're in an area where it's very hot, you can say divided by 8, but that has worked for me. Secondly, I know the fruit juicing industry. Now, if people are becoming more health conscious, this opportunity is something that I put aside for myself. Coconut juice, sugarcane juice, these 2 things, 2 of the most healthy juices ever in the world. There are machines to extract them, the coconut, and there are machines to extract the sugarcane juice. I'll share pictures with Paul and videos with Paul. It's very good business when you can extract sugarcane, pack it nicely, and then sell it on. Anyone who's interested in this as well, I'll send the pictures and costing and everything to Paul. What I can promise you, through Paul, anyone who buys it or anyone who decides to go into this opportunity, I'm going to sell it to you at cost price, like nothing on it for me, cost price and shipping price, you know, especially for those who are in the juicing industry, juicing business, the sugarcane juicing, and then the packaging. Now, you'll realize that when I share the prices with you, that it's expensive. Whatever prices I will give to you, I sell it 3 times that price in Ghana, you know, and people still buy it. So, these are opportunities that I'm going to share with you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm done. If you have any questions, you're most welcome. Just to give you an idea, my people are still sitting here. You know, we still have a meeting ongoing. So, yes, so I'm done, Paul, I'm done. Questions are welcome, please.
Yeah, good sugarcane. Juice.
Not producing sugarcane, but juicing sugarcane and packaging it. So please, the questions are.
I said that you promise and you will give us 3 areas to
yes. Sorry, I can't hear you too well. I can hear some part of what you said. You said the other day, I said I would sell 3 opportunities. Well, the ones I shared are easy. That is why I shared them first. But the last one I will share is, but what I will say, most people like buy and sell. Most people like buy and sell. I will not encourage buy and sell. It's extremely competitive, and unless you discover something that is very unique, something that's extremely unique, or a first mover, first participant in that business, then I will encourage you to buy and sell. Things like baby diapers, toilet rolls, these things look lucrative. But where I sit, well, if I give you an idea, I source products for a lot of people. I source products for a lot of businesses. One of the businesses that I saw that is not very good is this baby diaper. It is a necessity, but it is not a good, it's not a high profit margin. It's high volume, low margin business. Anything that has to do with baby diapers, sanitary pads, toilet, these are high volume, low margin businesses. So if you want to go into it, you need a lot of money to be on like 20-footer container, things like that. So I will not mention those, but an opportunity that I would always encourage is services. So something like offering kids playground for children is an amazing opportunity. You know, buying bouncy castles, water skis. You don't need more than 4 of those things. Bouncy castle is one of them. The water slide, one of them. You know, rock climbing, about one of them. You know, and then pool, something like a small pool, one of them. In an area not too big, more than 30 by 60 feet. And let people pay to just let the kids come and play. That is a wonderful opportunity. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Right? So these are the 3: the sugarcane, Airbnb, and then kids playground. These are the 3 I'm sharing for now.
Somebody ask question. Go ahead.
Machine said.
Sorry.
About building.
Sorry, can you please type the questions here? You can ask the question, but I would recommend that someone types the question in the chat so that I can.
Go ahead. Say something.
Building, which is currently
Let him respond.
Okay, can you please share the question in the chat so I can respond?
Wait.
Is it okay if I have less than 7 minutes left? I have less than 7 minutes left.
You can go ahead.
Oh, can you please type the question for me?
You're typing. I'm not typing. Are you typing? Okay. Any other things? You can comment. Say something. Stop now. Say something now. You know the one.
I look like excellent price of you can understand the price of the sugarcane machine.
Huh?
Is anyone sharing the questions with me? I'd love to respond. Okay, thank you.
First question is from Mr. Anthony. It's what?
The first question is from Anthony. He says he is a carpenter and he's in construction. He wants to know what opportunities he can get in the area through you.
Yes.
A carpenter who's in construction.
Yes.
Mm. So he makes yeah. What I can do is to genuinely share some of my contacts with him for those who make cabinets here in China. Why do I say that? Sometimes you have a client, maybe you have a high-end client, and they want a certain type of finishing for their homes. I have very good suppliers for doors, security doors. I can share some of those that with him if he's making building for someone and he has to put security doors. You can get an amazing price from them. That's how I can help. You know, security doors, cabinets, things. I can share my contact with him. And then sometimes if I get an order which is in the area of construction and materials, sometimes when the order is big, I get very, very low prices. Then I can alert him, you know, if the prices are something that he wants to benefit from, you know, he can resell some of these doors in Nigeria at much cheaper price, you know, than competition. So, yeah, I can share my contact with him so that he explores. That's the best I can do. These contacts are not contacts that I got easily. These are some of my most prized, you know, so I can share that with him. The second question is from Gail, and she wants to know what opportunities exist in the area of importation of ladies' hair. Again, I have contacts for that one. Very high quality ladies' hair. I can share the contact with her. They can add me on WhatsApp. Paul, you can share my WhatsApp with them, and then I will create a chat between the factory, myself, and her. She can get all the prices directly from the factory, and yeah, and then she can compare. I sent some of this hair to Ghana myself some time ago. Personally, I don't do lady stuff. I don't sell lady stuff, you know, because it's quite complicated, too much complicated for me. But I did ladies' hair. People were surprised at the price I was selling these ladies' hair in Ghana, you know. But I didn't pursue it because dealing with, you know, ladies' products with women, I don't have time for that. I would rather do construction, heavy equipment, you know, things like that, than ladies' hair or ladies' clothes, things like that. But for ladies' hair, I do have a contact. Very good hair product, you know. So I can have my contact as well. So that she deals with them directly, honestly. Yeah. And to make it easy or to make it simpler, I do shipping as well. So once the hair products are received, I can just arrange for shipping to be done for you. You just receive it to Nigeria or in Ghana, wherever you are. You know, you don't have to pay. Yeah. So once it's a door-to-door service. So if you're in Lagos or Abuja or Accra, you know, that can be arranged from China to your Lagos. And then so when the factory quotes you, we know the total volume. If you're ordering just a starter, just something not too much, obviously. I mean, I think they can do from about, with the hair products, they can do from about 6,000, 7,000 Ghana cedis in value, in terms of amount. It's a factory. They don't do small quantities, but I mean, once you choose what you want, I can speak to them. They can do a smaller quantity for you, and then you try the market, right? And you can only customize when it arrives in your country. But if you are doing small quantities, you cannot customize the packaging, you know. But when it arrives in your country, you can do the packaging yourself. Yeah, so it's not a problem. For me, sharing contact is not my problem. It's not an area that, and if you're also interested in underwear, braziers, panties, men's briefs, I also have contact for that. But they don't speak English. They only speak Chinese. So I'll let Paul create a group or something where I will be involved to share some of the opportunities with you, you know, so that anyone who is interested I can just get the prices, you know, send them to you. If you do your calculations, if it's something that you think you can sell, cool. I mean, this is not where I make my money. So it's not, these are not areas where I make my money. So I don't see it as competition for me. I don't use those contacts. I don't use those contacts. Yeah. Yeah, I don't use those contacts for, I don't use contacts for the door for business per se. You know, these ones, I use them for, you know, my property in Ghana. And I've had a very good relationship with them. The hair I bought from them, but I stopped doing hair products. The underwear, I bought some about some sets, a lot of sets of underwear as samples from myself, just to see the quality and everything. And they were good. They were good. Kids underwear, ladies underwear, no, not ladies, kids underwear, boys underwear, and men's underwear. There was also for ladies, but I didn't get those ones. Very nice designs, very good cotton. Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, I'm ready to share my contact with you. I mean, just to help you succeed as well. Even though it confirm, and one thing that works with retail, if you want to do buy and sell, even though I don't encourage it too much, is if you consolidate your orders. So if it's one person, usually the order is not big, it's not strong, the bargaining power is low. So what the Makola women, what the market women do, which I've learned in China, one person is coming to China, but she's representing about 20 people. So that they come to China with a lot of money. And so they go back to Accra, Makola, you can't compete with them because it's not one person who came. They came with hundreds of thousands of dollars to purchase. So the price at which they buy their things, they go back. No matter how you try, you can't compete with those people. So yes, you can buy some of these things and try them. And then you talk to some people, look, getting this, if we are able to buy this quantity, we may get we'll get a better price. So let's put our heads together, 4 people, and buy this, get a lower price. You guys agree on a price to sell it to the market, right? Okay. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, my people are looking at me strangely right now, yeah? So I have to leave. Sorry, I'm done. I'm done with it.
Oh.
And one last thing, those who are interested in, I'm trying to promote e-bikes in Ghana. And I know in Nigeria they are saying electricity and all of that, but if you look there, all right, if you look there, sorry. Oh, sorry. That over there you see is an e-bike. It's an electric bike. That's just, yes, that's an electric bike. Yeah. Yeah, so, but there are many models, different models for that, especially those who want to do the delivery business. I will explain to you later. Don't worry about energy or don't worry about power, but it's going to be one of the fastest growing businesses in Africa in the next 2 years. My words. Electric bikes. Sorry? Sorry? The e-bikes. Okay. Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, I could have gone to the warehouse to show you the e-bikes there. I mean, like huge number, different models. But my target for Africa is most for the delivery services. You know, for the delivery services, yeah, and there's a very simple model that is working here in China. I'll be sending some e-bikes to Ghana myself, and that's why I'm in the factory. You know, pilot the delivery service by market using e-bike. So, so let's be in touch, and please create the group for opportunities in China, and people who are interested should be part of that group. And then I will share the contact with people, and then I'll add some of the suppliers to the group as well, so that they discuss, they talk directly with the suppliers. Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank your people for us that they are allowed to be with us. So with all this, if we say things all context which you would think, I mean, huge or sometimes the person in Lagos, and the person has to give him some huge money to also give him contacts. And he traveled from here to Lagos to go and pay huge money to see him, and he gave his contacts. You are sitting here and he contacts for free. I don't pay anything. Please, come and
Hallelujah. You know, when we started this meeting, this morning, I was like, oh God, what is happening? I hope we are blessed.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
You say you not be able to get
one thing or the other, the meeting was so discouraging this morning. Sincerely, I never faced so many things and I spoke to the meeting and I said, this meeting must be big. And sincerely, the meeting is fruitful. Somebody gather and get together for a lot of meetings. Only you can do it. Only you can do it. Open your mouth and our table. Then all the resources for this meeting. Then all for the Lord in our mouth. Then we say something. Say something good to God. Father, we thank you. All we appreciate. Only you can do this. Only you can do this. We say your name be glorified. In Jesus' name we pray. I want to pray for our administration of heaven, and the Lord will help you. And the Lord will bless you. And the Lord will open all doors for you. You have and you use the receive of the words you go for you. You say, he that giveth shall receive. Let the door be open for you. Let the door opportunity come his way. Pray for him. Pray with your mind for him. Somebody who is giving you something which he will, so that he will not have the best opportunity to. Father, in the name of Jesus, we pray for everyone in China. Lord, we ask, O Lord, and we open doors for you. Pray for one door we open for you. Lord, we pray for the business, we pray for the family, we pray for all that you have here. Father, Lord, we pray for the all meeting will be more July. We need to pray. We need to pray. Make declarations. Open doors. Better opportunities. Come your way. Lord. You know, sometimes God is your opportunities like this. Yes, another discouragement and testing. Sometimes you don't know we don't find it. Without how could this thing be? Is it me? Are you taking it? Is it broken? The Bible says that when the devil appeared before God has been a person. And it was the time of Job. Job got his authority and said it was God. This is why it was not God. So sometimes you might see something there. You might see something so beautiful. Instead of you to hear choice, here will come in and meet you and you miss the opportunity. Don't need to pray for yourself and say, God, help me to overcome the spirit of fear. Because it is here that many Christians go to live attention. It is here that we come. It is here that we talk. It is here that we want to reach and say God who knows you. I want you to pray for yourself. And you will not be overtaken by the spirit of fear. Father, in the name of Jesus. Lord, I pray for myself today. I ask for God that we help me. Lord, not to be overtaken with the spirit of fear. I pray for myself today. Lord, that I will not be overtaken by the spirit of fear. Lord, in the name of Jesus. As we go, the Lord will keep us in. The death of the night of the mother, by the Lord, and to walk brighter, brighter, always brighter today. And the Lord will keep coming to them, and the Lord will keep giving me direction for the vision, that the Lord will keep enlightening me, and the Lord will keep directing me. Praise the Lord.
please try and make sure that every man gets satisfied. Next month's meeting is on we also mentioned 4,200 naira is not too much for what we have at all. At all. If I were to be every bad man, I would say before I had WhatsApp, pay before I had it. Because people are paying to receive contact, very many people. Please invite your friends, invite people to come and be a part of what we are doing. And also, we are on NTA. We are on NTA. Every Monday, the time we change it, but for now, it's still on Mondays. Mondays from 5 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. So tomorrow, it will show. NTA Abakan. So on Monday, every Monday, it will be shown from 5 to 5:30 p.m. But it will also be live on Facebook. It will be live on Facebook. So for those of us who may not have started, because it shows started terrestrial, not the normal component of the terrestrial. You need to have the antenna, started antenna. When you have that, you can get it. But if you don't have that, for those of us who are Android phones, you can get it live on Facebook from 5 to 5:30. So we can also inform our friends and inform our friends so that we can follow the program we have on it on Mondays from 5 to 5:30. And of course, when the time changes, we will communicate the things as. And the last thing before we share this is that please let us also make it a point to make sure that we tell them. Let us tell them what God is true. The venue is moving. If you don't join, the venue is moving. So let's for those of us who want to help on WhatsApp, please exchange your paper and go around so that you can indicate your name and your number. Because I know that not everyone has your WhatsApp because we don't have Android phones. But for those of us who have Android phones and want to be a part of the WhatsApp, please let us people go around and write the WhatsApp number. So I can add to the WhatsApp page that anyone has asked for. I was trying to see the director of behind the I have a knowledge. So please, let us recognize